Hey guys, my name is Kyle. I figured I'd start doing these every now and again, 2, 3 times a week, maybe once a day if I can swing it, which I will try to do. I mean, I work most nights, I work just about every night from 5 to midnight, so it makes things a little hard. If I can't do them after I get off, I'll start doing them before I go to work, mainly because I'd rather be able to do this than go work in a grocery store. But before I get into all that, let me explain to you who I am and who got me started on this. Um, I am Kyle, but a lot of people know me as Pot Pirate, and the only reason my name here is the Pot Pirate Fool is because Pot Pirate was taken, sadly. But I figured I'd start doing this because I was watching Dodger. I don't know if anybody knows who she is. If you do, subscribe to her. She's an amazing blogger, and she's got a gaming channel as well. If you don't know who she is and you've never seen her channel, I'll put an annotation somewhere here, or I'll put a link in the description. I haven't decided yet. But before I get any comments asking, yes, I'm sitting in my bed. My computer tower is completely and utterly dead. I mean, bad enough where I just got to go get a new one. I mean, I've had this thing for probably about 3 or 4 years, and it just flat out died on me last week. But I'm using my laptop, so I apologize for the resolution and the lagginess in the video from what I'm saying to my mouth movements. It will get better as I can because, like I said, I work 5, 6 days a week depending on what they schedule me, and sometimes I don't have any time to do much of anything. Some weeks I'll work a full straight 7 days. Anyway, I figured I'd explain who I am and what I'm here to do. The way I see it, if I don't get followers and I just do this for myself, then yay. But I would much rather get followers and get subscribers because I want to know about you. I'm mainly doing this to get to know people. I mean, if you live in North Carolina and you end up watching this and subscribing and thinking I'm a good YouTuber, let me know and we'll hang out. I got no problem with it. If I got a day off and a subscriber wants to hang out, I got no problem with it. Just as long as you bring the booze. Damn, what was I about to say? I can't remember. As if you can't guess it from the name, it's kind of obvious. But so I have a small tendency to forget things. But if you have any problems throughout your life, or you have any main questions about what you should do in such a situation, like, here's a good example. I had a dicky customer today, and at first I didn't know what to do, so I just went and complained to my manager. Don't get me wrong, it got handled. And a lot of times working in a grocery store, you got no choice but to go to the manager. But for something like that, like you got a bully at school, you don't know how to get a girl to notice you, stuff like that, or you don't know how to get a guy to notice you, not mainly aiming towards guys. I mean, you can't get a girl to notice you, or if your girl can't get a guy to notice you, just drop me a message or a comment or something. As a matter of fact, I'll put my personal email, one of them, down in the description. So that way, if you feel a little, how we say, antsy about people possibly seeing what you need to ask or who's asking the question and stuff like that, just drop it in there. It's no problem whatsoever. It's like an extra 5 minutes to check before I make the video. And I'll go through a majority of them and I'll pick 1 or 2 out an episode or a video that I think should be answered. And if I get really good ones, I'll pick 3 out. But I just wanted to trying to help somebody because I'm finally starting to get to a good point in my life where I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy with where I am, considering it took me almost a year to get this job. And now I'm making a nice steady paycheck, so I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with my life for the moment. Especially considering my little sister just had a kid about a couple months ago. Thomas, sorry, not Thomas, I'm thinking of his middle name. Braxton is my nephew, and he's my little buddy. I mean, a lot of days that I go to work, if I can't drive or like my car's dead or something, and I get a ride from somebody else, and they happen to have him, before I clock in, I'll walk around with him in the store, showing him off to whoever wants to meet him. And a lot of times it's pretty much just take him to one of my co-workers, Kizzy, and she'll entertain him for about a good 30, 45 minutes. She is so baby crazy. But I digress. My little sister, me being 21 years old, my little sister having a kid makes me feel old. And every time I turn around and look at him, I feel that much older because he is that much bigger and he's so fastly growing. I mean, this boy is only a couple months old and he's already trying to crawl. I mean, he's in the bounce swing. He's got one of those little, I don't know what they're called, the little seat things that you set him in and they can walk around the floor and shit. But anyway, he's got one of those and he's starting to get to that point where it's making me feel really old watching him. But I love him to death and he's my boy. And I'm going to train him to be a good man when he gets older. I'm going to train him to spot the good honeys. And I'm going to teach him the 2 words my daddy taught me when I was a kid. And yes, before you say anything, yes, I know I said daddy. D-E-D-D-Y. I'm from the South. Leave it be. But 2 words my daddy taught me when I was younger were hubba hubba, which pretty much is a heads up for the adult that you happen to be with. There's a good looking woman around the corner, or there's one right behind us, or there's one over there, something like that. I mean, I can remember me and my daddy just riding up and down the street doing it, having me holler out the window. But that's a story for another time. I got quite a few stories about that. I got quite a few stories that some of y'all might not want to hear, and some of you would be like, hey, I've done that. But anyway, if you need to drop a message or you like what I'm saying, just subscribe. I'm cool either way. I mean, if you don't like me, you don't like me. Not really much I can do about it. It's not like I can come to your house and force you to subscribe. Especially considering as soon as I left, you just unsubscribe. Would really waste my gas. So, figured I'd introduce myself and explain what I'm doing here. So, I'll see y'all later.